Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. So I know it's rare that you see this title screen, but that's because I actually turned it off. Normally I was like just taping back to back in some fashion, so that's pretty much why you don't always see the title screen. So now I'm actually starting from the beginning. I don't know if that white bar is like how much progress I still have left, because I didn't think this was that long of a game. Not that I'm complaining about length. Like, if this game wants to go for another 18 hours or whatever, I'm down for it. I love this game. But my friend says she finished, and I think she only has like 5 hours. You know, I think it's only like 5 hours she had, and she said she finished it. But then I am curious about this endless mode, which I have never pressed on, and I'm still not going to press on it now. But I will remember that, and I will come back to it later. So for the time being, we're gonna hop back into it, and we'll see who we hear about today. I'm pretty sure Freya would be here for sure, because she's always here. Werewolf representatives push the ministry for more accessible sedative. Oh yeah, I remember Gala? I think it's Gala though. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me on pronunciation. It's so hard to figure out how to pronounce names, especially for me, because they could be pronounced in so many different ways, and not everyone has an easy name like my real name. So. But yeah, I think Gala was talking about a sedative at some point. It has been, I think, about generally a week since I actually last played the game, so I don't remember. It's a little fuzzy, just a little though. Doctor from Salat Town arrested for experimenting with child cloning. I also feel like I need to keep the headlines in mind, because I'm pretty sure they'll come up in some way. Military personnel stationed along the East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. And this is all for Monday, September 28th, 2020, which hasn't occurred for us yet. There's Freya. Are you sure that would be okay? I can't actually. There we go. I had something in front of the TV. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes. I mean, it will be really hard to pull off, but it's something that will make the story different. Different isn't always good though. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully and gracefully. I know. Okay, so we have our first customer, and it's Gala. Hey Gala. Before that, I just realized that I have never actually tried reading the Evening Whispers, which it told me that it would be updated before. And boy, oh boy, do I have a lot of stories. So yeah, the free trial started, and I was looking back at my first episode, and I was like, wow, boing, upside the head. I forgot that I wasn't actually like reading any of them. So these are the stories that Freya has been writing. So Road Trip by Freya Fatima, September 23rd, 2020. If you don't want to hear this, I mean, you could go to a different aspect, but I don't know why you wouldn't. The whole game is basically about Freya writing a story, and we know that she's part of the Evening Whispers. So I'm going to read this and hopefully pronounce things correctly. And if a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. And if a 10-ton truck kills the both of us, to die by your side, well, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. Morrissey's voice blasted from the old speaker of the car. Everyone in the car was singing along, and by everyone, I was talking about me and her. There were only two of us in an almost empty highway. Do you consider dying by my side to be a heavenly way to die? She asked, after the song had finished, breaking the noisy silence of the car. Noisy silence. You know how sometimes you can actually hear silence. That depends, I answered. Well, I guess since this is Freya writing, now I'll try to speak the way I give her voice. Depends on what? On how we die. I'm sure having a mass psychopath slowly mutilating us while we're holding hands won't be a pleasant experience. What Oh, excuse me. Then what kind of demise would you consider a heavenly way to die next to me? That's pretty hard. I'm pretty sure I'd prefer something that's not too painful, though. So us dying of old age together would be your heavenly way for us to die. Hey, hold on. We just started officially dating yesterday. Don't plan too far ahead. Ouch. What was that for? Meanie. Ha ha ha. I was just joking. Besides, I'd rather think about a heavenly way to live with you right now. And have you found any answers to that? Look at me and then close your eyes. What do? Just do it. She closed her eyes. I leaned over, getting close to her face. Then for a moment that felt like 100 years, we kissed. The speedometer was pointing to 100 kilometers an hour, and the highway was almost empty. Almost. Now, I don't know if these are actually like based on her actual true experiences or if she's like just writing a story. Actually, no, I think these are just stories. Yes, I believe they are just stories. Death Drives by Freya Fatima. Death drives, but sometimes he commutes. When that happens, you know for sure, because his presence is clear all over the news. But still, mostly, death drives. I realized this fact after returning from a long trip to Tokyo I took recently. As usual, I drive to work every day thanks to the unreliable public transportation here. And I noticed that every day, my life is always on the line. No, not on the line as in, we will eventually die and we don't know when. On the line as in, we are all at war with everyone else. We're in a war between pedestrians, cyclists, motorcycles, cars, and everything else on the road. And during all that, death is either driving or sitting in the car seat next to us. Ever since realizing this, I started to drive more carefully. I drive as if my parents are sitting next to me and telling me to drive slower, because I know death does not like reckless driving, and he's not as forgiving as my parents. Wow. These stories are actually pretty deep. They're so deep that I think I'm going to stop here. This is going to be the last story I read for today, and I'm just going to do another 2 the next time I make another upload to just slowly catch up and like actually try to let what I've just read resonate, because this was actually pretty deep. It's so deep, I'm really going to have to read this on my own free time. Wow, I like that one. Because you just never know, like especially in a car when you're driving to work, like death really is sitting beside you. You just don't know if it will be today, tomorrow. You hope that it won't ever be a thing, especially driving, but car accidents do happen. And this music is beautiful. It's just never not beautiful, honestly. So, hey Gala.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, Mr. Gala.
Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion.
It's nothing. Dessa was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing.
Sounds like a heavy discussion.
What are you up to tonight?
I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please, don't let my presence interrupt you.
Don't worry about it.
Although, I need to interrupt Dessa for a moment.
Sure, how can I help you?
Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy?
Of course, not really. Do you want to give it a try again?
My last order might have been the right drink, but let's give it a try again, just to be sure.
Okay.
Remember, it has tea and ginger.
Alright. So yeah, I did go back and redo it. So I actually do have the recipe saved in here, thank goodness, because I don't remember the correct order currently. Gala had is tea, milk, and ginger. So milk was the missing ingredient. So it'll be tea, then we get the milk, and we get some ginger. I kind of want to, it's like, honestly, some of these recipes I actually kind of want to try. Like, I've never been a coffee drinker. I do drink tea, but mostly of the green variety. So, but I think I'll be interested in like trying them one day. This game is just so soothing. So another Galahad. at your service. Judging from the smell, this looks like it.
Indeed. I have the same feeling.
I've made a note of that mixture.
Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion.
Don't worry, Mr. Gala. We're done for the night. You're done. I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming?
No, I'm by myself tonight.
It's gonna be a peaceful night then. Oh my gosh, Freya. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on. I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though.
He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know.
I figured that. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. The reason he said it was because he felt deeply about it. And I think when you feel deeply about things, that does show that you do care. Like, that you are considerate. You're just doing it in a different way than just being nice. Sometimes being mean doesn't necessarily mean that they're trying to be mean. That applies to you as well. Aw, come on. Good evening. I don't remember his voice. He was from episode 1 the last time I used his voice, I believe. No, he did come back again. I do remember that. Freya was in wait, no, that was when she was talking. I don't remember anymore. I'm a little mixed up on days. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Bailey's. Hey,
how are you doing, Freya?
Not good.
What's going on?
Dessa was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Every good author needs feedback. I say that every time I end this video. Please, criticism is good. As long as it's not just out of a mean, direction, all criticism should be taken, seriously, because that's how you grow as a person. Sounds interesting.
What's the problem with the story?
The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults.
Sounds pretty common so far.
But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score.
What?
That score will determine which page you should go to.
That sounds more like a video game than a book.
I know, it's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. Honestly, writing a book in general isn't very original. And since my controller is vibrating, someone's phone is ringing, and I see Gala's phone is definitely lighting up down there. So Gala is lucky number 3.
Huh?
With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream anyway. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on that stream. I think I know what show she speaks of. I'm not gonna say, but I think I know. Because I actually watched a show on Netflix that was like a Choose Your Own Adventure. What was it about Pac-Man? Something about packing, he was like under control. He was under mind control and stuff. That whole thing was crazy. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market.
That sounds interesting and highly ambitious for you.
At least it's simpler than my other idea,
which is
making a novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards.
What?
I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. Yeah, that would be a pretty sensitive issue. This world is so full of different lives. Like, to literally take out 90% of the different races here, that's already definitely a sensitive topic.
What did you say?
No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? Right. As she sits in between a werewolf and he's not an elf. What was he again? No, he's not an orc. For sure not an orc. It will come to me. I know that he could pretty much live forever though. He's like immortal or something like that. Alright. As Dessa said though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher.
Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way?
You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun.
If you say so.
I mean, true. Like, if she told you the story, when you go to read it, you already know half of what's gonna happen.
Anyway, I haven't ordered anything.
What do you want to drink tonight?
Ginger latte, if you know how to make it.
Oh, do I know how to make it? I don't know, but I'm going to check my handy dandy brew pad. Ginger latte. Oh no, I don't think I have it in here. I don't have it in here. Oh no, please tell me it ain't so. So that's why he said what he said. Okay, ginger latte. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the lattes I actually have the recipes for. So, cafe latte is coffee and 2 milks. So, it always has to have 2 milks. So, a ginger latte will have to have ginger and 2 milks, right? But I can't click on it. Do I do milk first? Milk, ginger, milk? Wait. See, remember, I learned that the order in which you do things affects the product. What if I do 2 milks and then ginger? This is so... Please. Ginger milk, darn it. I messed up. Trash it. Okay, we're gonna try this again. It has to be milk first, then ginger, then milk again. Because latte seems to be 2 milks. Still ginger milk. Trash it. Okay, so we have 2 more chances. Can I look at the brew pad again, please? So this one had coffee to make it a latte, and the other one had tea to make it a latte. But it has to have ginger, but I can't just press on ginger first. Because tea, milk, ginger. Okay, let's just do green tea, ginger. Wait. Green tea, ginger, milk. Oh my god. Ginger milk green tea. I only got 2 chances left. Okay, so this is gonna be the make or break it one. So, coffee milk makes a latte. How do you make a ginger latte? I mean, a ginger. Can I go down to the second shelf? Let me see. No, I cannot. I can't click on anything at the bottom just yet. Coffee, ginger, milk. I don't think that's correct. I'm stumped. He's not gonna get what he wants. I did! Oh my gosh, I did it! I did it! I did! See, I was getting kind of nervous because I only had 2 chances left. Oh my gosh. Here you go with so much trial and error. We were almost at the second to the last one. I was just gonna switch the 2 ingredients at the bottom around for the last one. I'm glad I got it. Here you go. With love, with plenty of love, though not as much love as your girlfriend, of course, but plenty of love just because I succeeded. Thanks. You don't have to over-explain yourself. Dang, this is good. Arigato. I appreciate it because I didn't think I was going to be able to make it.
With this kind of drink making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger.
Well, we only open at night. What we have here now is more than enough for me. I remember Freya saying that we had money.
Whatever you say. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Another Hey Arnold-like reference.
By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client?
Oh, I'm done with her.
Done? As in, you're dropping the project?
Hey, I'm not crazy.
So that really was what it meant.
I still need the money. Done, as in I finished the job.
Fair enough. The way Freya said it, she literally had me thinking that you really dropped it. I didn't even think about this way.
I spent the past few days making sure. It's even done before the deadline.
Did she like it?
Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand.
So you finished your job at BSing her.
The finest BS, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have.
Are you working on anything right now?
No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters.
Oh. Like you and Lua? Lua. I couldn't think of her name.
Something like that.
By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, How old are you, really?
Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? How old are you, Freya? I really don't think I know how old she is. She's definitely not college age according to her, so 25 plus?
You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college.
Oh, spicy. I love this game. The conversations literally feel like real conversations, especially since they're animated so well. And I always forget that you could do this. I think I always see Gala looking up a couple of times too.
And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend.
Oh, not the then best friend's girlfriend's friend maneuver. Wait, what?
Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus.
Okay.
Let's call him Cognac. Cognac had a girlfriend.
Still following.
And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
She was one of the hottest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date.
Why?
I don't want to get into the details. But this succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too, mind you.
Huh? Was everyone at this school a player? Well, except for your friend and his girlfriend, I guess. That doesn't sound like Lua at all. He said it wasn't her.
Because it wasn't Lua, genius.
Huh?
Lua was my friend's girl.
This gets even crazier. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. how did this even happen? Like, I'm literally trying to visualize these visual characters in this past life that happened in their world only. Like, it's crazy. Holy moly. This is getting spicier. It really is. It seriously is.
The other girl's name was, let's just call her Rose.
Continue.
I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Kanye. I don't know if like I said, I'm really bad with names and pronunciation. It could be Cognac, but Cognac, I don't know.
That's a fake name you made up, right?
Yes. Now, will you let me continue without interruptions?
He's just enjoying telling the story. Let him have his moment. Okay.
So, I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much, but I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Kanye back in college. I'd been out and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising.
Oh my god. Her boyfriend was... I'll let you tell the story. I'll do what you telling Freya to do.
What?
Well, Freya's interviewing too. Cognac was sleeping with Rose. What? Y'all literally saw this happen? No! Holy mother of moly.
I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness.
You know, getting into the backstory of these characters is really starting to make me feel like I know them a little more. Like, wow. Like, just imagine being in that kind of position. Like, I personally have not been in that kind of position, but people can be in that position where they actually see the moment. And when I broke up with my boyfriend, it was pretty bad. It was pretty ugly. And it's still kind of bad because, yeah, it's still pretty much a sticky situation even now. But basically, for this whole game, Bailey's changed, and you could basically having this backstory shows Bailey's character development. He used to be a player, but him and Lua have been together for how long? That literally shows he genuinely loves her, because he's been with her that long. So when we first saw him way back in the first episode, we understand that those feelings and emotions that he invoked at that time were true. Without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what?
I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good.
Oh my.
Yeah, I landed that one punch, and that's the only punch I got in. And he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf.
More like she bagged Cognac then.
Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad, so Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that, and I don't even remember the exact date. But suddenly, that friendship turned into a relationship. And the fact that he doesn't remember the date, it just shows the easy transition of their relationship to becoming something more. And like I said, this is literally character development, but in a way where it's not even done in a flashback. He's just telling the story as you would in real life to a person that you met wherever. Like, that person could be a friend, it could be just someone that you feel like you can confide in. And I really feel like this literally goes to show how they endured that chances are they would get over this hurdle of their families not accepting the one or the other. Whoops, wrong button.
That was one heck of a story.
I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Man, this game is really getting to me. It really is getting to me for reasons that I probably won't go into currently, but it really does get to me. And it's just like look at his face. Oh my gosh, he's such a good guy. Like, I just know that they'll be okay in the end, but it's just the rough patches they're going through. It's just so hard to watch.
Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago.
How was she doing? I like how he's trying to use the phone as a buffer, like he doesn't really care, but he cares deeply. She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Lua, come on. Oh my gosh. I can't deal with this. This is too much angst for me. Like, I like happily ever afters.
Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument though.
With whom?
There was this male model.
A model? Don't feel intimidated. Come on, Freya, what are you doing? Stop. Freya! I didn't think she was that type of girl. To go out with a model.
Oh, they weren't together.
What were they arguing about?
Well,
did they break up? He seemed pretty casual, speaking about her potentially being with a male model. Again, I can't even talk about that one. I guess he's just easygoing and just letting her follow her stride and letting her get it out of her system. Things will work out.
We were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight, about your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined the discussion.
What did he say?
He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, you know.
What?
You're willing to leave your own family. You will really do that for her?
Yes, I would. Ah! Men like this, they probably do exist, but not for me. It's just so adorable. I love it so much. I'm sick and tired of my family.
Why would you say that?
Not that I necessarily would want someone to leave their family. It's not that part. It's the part where, like I keep saying, you could see that he cares deeply about her. That's the facet that I was getting at. I just want to make sure there's like no confusion about like family cut ties or whatever. If your family could be amicable with the people that you're trying to date and be with, then of course that's great. If they can't be, then of course that will be tension. But the main point is that he himself cares so much about Lua, and it's beautiful. Okay, that's the point.
Why would you say that?
Let me tell you about my family. Or I should say, most elven family. Also, he was an elf. Okay, I was correct the first time. Cause I'm like, he has the pointy ears. You know, that's normally derived from elfhood. Or what an elf would be. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screaming like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful.
All that because you chose an art degree?
You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua.
What do you mean?
They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. My passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country. Accusing their religion of worshiping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family.
Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist.
I like how this game could literally get to the heart of the matter in a way that literally points out those flaws in people's logics. Because in real life, it definitely wouldn't flow this easily, I don't think.
Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive.
I'm sorry. Like, I am literally a romantic at heart. This tugs on my heartstrings.
She showed me how I could be free and pursue my dreams.
It's just so endearing.
I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know? I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family.
Wow, Gala. This game is so well written. It's so well written. I love it.
However, it may not be the same for her.
Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective.
Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assumed that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus.
I really hope I'm saying it right. I really do hope I'm saying it right. I really don't remember. I don't know why I have so much troubles remembering that.
I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the "I left my family for you" card. Yeah? We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time, it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work, because life is full of storms. And marriage, it will not survive on love alone.
Oh my gosh, this game is so good. The advice he is literally giving Bailey's right now is advice that most people need to really consider. Like, don't look at the surface level of a fight if you have one.
look beyond the fight. Look for ways of reconciling. Like, that's pretty much what Lua wants him to do with his family. Like, you can't just leave cracks in the surface. You have to find a way to actually fill those cracks and make them whole again, as if it was never broken. Well, no, actually, no. The cracks could still be there, but filling them shows that you moved beyond. I don't know what I'm talking about fully, but I know what I mean. And that's fine, I think. Whoa, that's deep. It is. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What?
As soon as you said what? No, he doesn't have health insurance, Gala.
I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you.
I never understood that. Why will he lose it?
I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or get seriously injured. Empty their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it.
Oh my goodness. This is totally the United States of America. Let's just throw it out there. It totally is.
And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've got to go too.
See, Bailey's has grown from this. He didn't just be, he didn't let the advice become a one ear and out the other advice. I feel like he actually is going to allow that to resonate within him.
Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Dessa and Freya. Bye.
Well, what? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. That was longer than a minute, Dessa. I don't approve. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps the hot drink would give you some inspiration. Oh my glob. Are they trying to say that basically the current world we live in is going to be the basis of the story she's writing? Sounds like a great idea. Cause she already broached that. She mentioned how it would be like that. So that's it for this episode. But I will read this. Spanish Sahara? Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. I wish we had warmth. Right now it still feels like winter, even though it's pretty much almost been a month into spring. But with that said, on a little bit of a somber note, we see that Bailey's is gonna take what Gala said and maybe think a little bit more deeply into like the things that he'll have to deal with. It won't be easy, but I really do feel like they will be, they will be stronger once they're able to get out of this. And so, yeah, with that said, I think I would conclude this really deep and profound episode. Like, I feel like I learned some things, even though I'm not in a relationship or anything. But for the future, if I ever was to get into another one, there are things that you always want to be considerate of. And being considerate of the person you're with how they feel about family and values, and just trying to find a point where you both could come together on things. I feel like that you can become stronger afterwards. So with that as actually being the final words, I will say I hope you all have a great and most wonderful day. Goodbye.